Hey guys!
Hey everybody!
So we got married last March 2022. We saved ourselves for marriage and it was really special. Today we're going to be talking about our first time. We dated for 7 years. We just always made it a goal to save ourselves.
We waited 7 years while dating. We made it a goal because we did see it as marriage as a way. Like I see it as like when you do it, you're becoming one with that person. Like why would you become one with someone that you're not gonna be married to or like you aren't yet married to? So that was like a big deal for us as Christians. It like explains that a lot of Bible verses explaining how like man and woman become like man and wife in that action. It's not just the courthouse paperwork or the ceremony, it's literally that action that bonds you together. Not how everyone in the world thinks, but I mean, if you look at success rates of marriage in the world, I don't really want that type of success rate in a marriage. I wanted to do it the way we felt was right for us.
It was really worth it to save ourselves, and the wedding night was really special. We really want to make this video just to like recap like the wedding night, not like in detail.
Yeah, more so
it's
just
not like an explicit video.
Yeah, more so as an encouragement slash tip slash you can breathe easy if you're in our same shoes. It's not anything to be like afraid of.
Yeah, so we'll just get started. We had our wedding and then we had our final dance, which was really cool. So it was just us having like a final dance, and then we went out and everyone had like sparklers, and then we went out into our car. The car like drove us to our hotel, and I was so nervous in the car. Yeah,
I was vibing.
It was also just so cool because they were playing like jazz music and the car had lights in it, and it was just like really romantic. It was really exciting too, but the whole time my heart was just like pounding. I feel like you were kind of nervous too, were you not?
Yeah, but it wasn't like the same type of nerves. I think it was more of like, this is really happening. Like, yeah, it's been a while. I expected it, but now I'm like, whoa, it's tonight. It's
that's
now.
How I felt too, because I feel like the whole time that we were engaged, I was like anticipating it like so much. Each day that it got closer to our wedding night, I was like, oh my goodness, like it's actually gonna happen soon.
Were you scared like out of anticipation or no?
I was scared just because like I didn't know like what to expect really.
Yeah, I was just excited and looking forward to it.
After the car dropped us off, it was really fun because we arrived at the hotel. Like I was in my wedding dress, he was in his tuxedo. Yeah. And I feel like we kind of made like this big deal to everyone. Everyone was like staring at us and everything. And then we went up to our hotel room. I was really nervous. Yeah. And so he was like really encouraging to me, and he was like, you can take as much time as you need. Yeah. And he was like, don't feel stressed or anything.
Yeah, and then she went to the bathroom for like 40 minutes it seemed. I don't know. It might not have been that long. I obviously was like being encouraging, but internally like, all right, come on, let's go. But yeah. And then I like got music playing.
Yeah,
and
he started playing some music like on the TV.
I think I got in like one of the fancy hotel robes. Like I was like ready.
So I took a shower and like started putting lotion on and you know, just like, getting myself ready. I got in my pretty like lingerie outfit. Then after I was like all ready, I was so nervous. I was like panicking. I don't know why. I wasn't nervous to see you, obviously, like how I looked. I was just nervous what to do because I obviously had never done it before. Yeah. I was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah. But so I was just like standing there like looking at myself in the mirror and I was like praying. I was like, just go, just go. I was like, God, just give me the courage to go. And then I think eventually just like slowly opened the door and I
was like,
yeah, you're like this.
She enters.
Yeah. And then I like came out and you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, but then the night started and it was really good. We just like experimented with different positions. Yeah. And had a lot of fun, and then we eventually went to the bathtub. We ate our wedding cake in our bathtub. Yeah, that was really fun. We went to the shower. Like we were up for a long time.
And we had a long day, so I was shocked that I had the energy, but it was fun, so it kept me awake, I guess.
And then the next morning we woke up and did it again.
Then had to go to the airport.
But then we also ordered room service next morning too, and it was just like so relaxing and just like a really good time. If people are like warning you like, oh, your first time on your wedding night isn't good, Ours was really good. We were up like all night, and then the next morning, like, just relax and have fun.
Yeah, that was one of the things I would recommend, is just like communicate a lot, and then don't feel like it has to be like
a performance.
Yeah, like movies where it's just like you see, like, I don't know, just sensual scenes in movies. It's like you don't have to expect that your first time or every time or any time really, because it's a movie. Like, you just do what is natural feeling to both of you, and what is like feels good and what's fun, and try new things, and not be like, I don't know, set on trying to reach something that like expectations are set on you.
Oh yeah, and my maid of honor, Corinna, she was really sweet, and she wrote me this long, like really long, I think it was
detailed
like
letter,
4 or 5 pages long. It gave details for me on what to do, or like what to expect for my first time doing it, and then also gave advice for both of us. And we sat down and we read the letter before we did anything, and it was really sweet and really helpful. And she wrote it for us to read together for our wedding night, and it was just really sweet. I went in just like so nervous, but there was nothing to be nervous about. It's such a gift from God and so special.
There's the people that going into it kind of like build it up too big, I guess. Like, there's like some people that are like, at least some of the guys, they're like, well, your first time's never that good, like, don't worry about it, like, don't hype it up too much. But then like in saying that all the time, they're almost like hyping it up by like saying like how bad it might be the first time. And I was like, why are you putting that in my head?
I don't think our first time was bad at all.
I think it was one of the best.
That's why I was like so nervous, is because I had heard from people saying like, oh, your first time probably won't be that good, or like,
or be painful,
yeah,
or
like that's why I was feeling nervous, is like I had heard stuff like that before, and I was like, well, I don't even know, like, I don't know, it's just like I'm so nervous because I don't even know like what to expect. But that's also, I was like, why am I feeling so nervous if I don't even know what to expect?
People will say a lot of things, and if you guys, anyone watching is saving themselves for marriage and they're about to get married or anything like that, just take off the pressure that like is there. It's really like, doesn't have to be bad your first time, and it doesn't have to be the best either. Like, just go in with just not letting people affect your expectations. Just go in, and it's beautiful to like get to know someone on a new level that you haven't before. No matter how much you prep for it, there's not like any way to truly know what it's gonna be like until you just like do it, and then it's cool. So
was it awkward the first time?
Not to me.
It honestly wasn't. I feel like that's like what I was kind of nervous about. It wasn't awkward at all, especially because like we had been together for 7 years, and we're best friends. We were husband and wife at that point. We had just celebrated the most amazing day ever. And so that was just like the icing on the cake. It was just like a beautiful moment, honestly.
I agree. So, it didn't feel awkward at all. It's honestly just a blessing, because I know some people, like, I mean, going in, I guess any amount of anxiety I had going in was because other people had shared some of their first time stories who didn't wait. And there was a lot of awkwardness, and they were just maybe like too young when they first did it or something, that it's just like, why it was so awkward, I don't know. But it's like, it was one of the, like, the highlights, and like, still I don't look back on it and be like, wow, we were such kids. Like, that, it was a genuinely great time both then and like now. Like, it's,
now it's still just like gets better and better. If you're waiting for marriage, most likely your like will be great. I feel like because it's glorifying God. Like, it's a gift from God.
I agree.
So like, a lot of people have asked if it is painful your first time doing it as a girl, and it was painful, kind of. I know, like, when it like first kind of like goes in, I guess. But like after that, it's not painful, and it just feels good. And then like, I know the next day I did have bleeding. I also don't wear tampons. That also like kind of gives you more of a visual, I guess. Like, I had never really been stretched that much. I did not have much pain. Like, once it's like in, it just feels good. But I don't have any pain at all anymore. So I think also just like probably your fear would amplify any amount of pain that was there. I think when you're like tense, that can also make you feel like more pain.
Yeah, because you didn't act really in pain at all.
Yeah,
so
like,
I was
I
like,
think,
but I kept asking, like I was very like
I think that
communicative.
when you were doing it, I was like, no, it doesn't hurt. It really didn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
So it's just like the next day, like when I went pee, I had like some slight bleeding. It wasn't like, I'm bleeding. It was just like a little bit, you know? So a question is, did we prepare, like did we get waxed? Did we trim ourselves? Like
full manzillion.
You got a waxillion or
No.
a manzillion?
I considered it, but it sounded painful, so I just bought a trimmer and it was good. Good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I always shave down there anyways. Like I've always done it since a young age because I was in dance. So that's what I did before the wedding and it was fine.
Yeah.
So I think getting waxed sounds painful and also you have to like grow it out before. So I didn't do that.
Maybe that's like a minor discussion of beforehand, like what do you expect, like what's, because like some people might be like, no, don't shave, like I'm fine with that, and some people are like, no, please shave, hair grosses me out. Like so just like it's really minor, like don't overcomplicate it, but it could be a quick question of like,
some people
shaved or no.
Some people make that like such a big deal, like, oh my goodness, I have to get waxed, I have to do all this stuff, but it's like you're literally marrying this person. Are you gonna like, continue to do all of this like, once you're married? Yeah.
Another question I've gotten it from a couple of my friends who got married, like, is it worth getting a hotel for your wedding night if you like have an apartment near the wedding venue already or a house? I would say yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Because one, just it feels more romantic in that setting of a hotel. I think it felt really romantic and special. And then you'll have your house or your apartment the rest of your marriage. You won't have a hotel every time. And then just for cleanup purposes too, like you can just leave towels wherever you want them. Just, you don't have to deal with any mess after. Like, it's just way more convenient to me to...
it was nice. It's kind of like a little escape from reality. It is more romantic, especially for your wedding night, to just kind of just go straight there. Yeah, if you did it, at least if I did it at our house, I would be thinking of like the house. I would have had to spend so much time like, oh, I want the house to look perfect for when we come back for the wedding. Like, it's so nice to just have like a room that's already perfect because it's been house kept or whatever. Yeah, and some hotels also, you can tell them that it's your wedding night. Or obviously they'll see you walking in your outfits and they'll put rose petals together and candles and stuff and they'll make it really nice for you. Yeah. Without you having to like do that yourself or something. Yeah. Also. That is a big tip. Anytime you're traveling near your wedding date, like for your honeymoon too, always mention you just got married. Yeah, because they'll upgrade you to a suite or something. Yeah, if they have it. Do rose petals and stuff, even if it's just your anniversary too. Yeah. They did that for us. And also it's really fun too because if you went to a hotel on your wedding night, you can always go back to that hotel for your anniversary. Yeah. Just for like a fun little memory and like a little staycation. So I recommend doing that. Yeah, I agree. It was a lot of fun. Definitely do hotel. And also, when you're going into your first time, it's important to know about what type of birth control you're going to be using because that's very important. Yeah. Consult a doctor and also just do your own research. Discuss it with your partner also. Yeah, so the guy knows what to expect going into it. I personally am doing cycle tracking, so natural family planning. So I track my cycle every month and I take my temperature and it's worked for over a year. And well, that was the rundown of our first time on our wedding night. It was a really great night and it was really special. Hopefully we answered some of your questions and gave some good advice. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.